Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chapter 10, Scheduling and Project Management. This comes directly from your NASCLA textbook, the Landscape Contractor's Guide. So let's go ahead and get started. Our objectives, we're going to talk about the scheduling process. We're going to talk about scheduling methods, scheduling and cash management. We all want to know when we're going to get that money, right? You got to schedule for it. What is project management? Who is the project manager? Who is your project supervisory team? What is the project life cycle? Tracking the progress of the project, budgeting and cost controls, quality assurance, and value engineering is the objectives for Chapter 10. Now, scheduling process. Sequence of tasks. Understanding the correct sequence of tasks is critical to completing your project on time. You need to know step 1, step 2, step 3. This all starts with bidding the job. You know, you get a landscape plan. You're actually going to bid the hardscapes, the retaining walls, and things of that nature first. Then you're going to estimate the trees, then the shrubs, then the irrigation, then the turf grass, then the mulching and annuals. So have a process step by step. How you estimate it is how you should actually build it. Activity duration. When creating your estimate, you determine the number of labor hours it takes to complete each task. You need to know what that means. If you don't, there's all kinds of resources out there. One's called Google, but if you start reading in like Means or Dodge, these are organizations that will help you get a pretty good feel for how long it's going to take to lay 100 square feet of brick pavers, how long it's going to take you to irrigate a 45,000 square foot lawn. But the best way to really know these projects is to keep your own personal records. And you've got to do that. Cell phone cameras, notebook, write all this stuff down. What is the size of the project? The labor hours estimated and length of time dedicated to each task. You have to know it. Contingency time, used as a buffer between tasks to protect against unforeseen task delays. What if we had a week of snow on a big hardscape project, and it froze solid? We can't even get down to the sub base to actually pour the concrete. You got to have factors like this in your quotes. Task time ranges, the earliest and latest start date and earliest and latest end date calculations. What is the earliest you can get in there? Well, you may not be able to get in there until the grading contractor's done. You may not be able to get in there until another subcontractor is done. And what is the latest that you can get? Let me tell you something. You're working for some of these general contractors, the superintendent or foreman, they're going to want you done way before you should even be in there. So you've got to kind of help these individuals understand, hey, you're not really ready for the landscape contractor, but you need to know the earliest and latest on both the start and completion dates. Float time, the remaining time after a task is completed before the next task begins. All right, so you've poured footers. When can you go in and do your concrete? When can you start your retaining wall? Well, you got to wait on the surveyor to come back and pin the footers. So it's usually like a day or two. But between each task, there is going to be some float time. Calendar scheduling is a method. This is basically, getting out a blank sheet of calendar. April 2021, you've got the days, April 1st through April 30th. You can write down on there what it is that you're going to do for a nice landscape construction project. You can do bar chart scheduling. This shows the activity duration and sequence of tasks to be complete. Look in your textbooks. You're going to see some pretty cool examples of this. And then the critical path method illustrates the interdependent relations of tasks. And that's crazy, right? But every subcontractor has to wait on at least one other subcontractor to finish before they can get in there. And this CPM, it shows you the relationship between those tasks, the simultaneous events that can be going on at the same time, and the critical path. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But you got to choose which one that you're going to do. A lot of people like the bar chart scheduling. You work for some of these other large home builders, True Homes or whatever, they're going to give you a username and password and log into their website. And if you're awarded a contract with them, it's going to, have the contract number or whatever, and you're going to see via their website when you're supposed to be there. They're going to have it bar charted out. They may even use the CPM method, but a lot of builders use bar chart scheduling. Cash management. It is important to track income. When's that cash going to get here? And your cost during the landscape construction project to ensure that you have enough working capital to complete the job. And working capital refers to the amount of cash available after the liabilities and debts are paid. So you're going to have to sign lien waivers saying that you've paid for all the materials going into the job that you're using before the builder is going to pay you, the landscaper. Straight up. Sign this lien waiver. We need to see cash receipts that you paid for all material, because the builder doesn't want to get caught. They don't want liens filed on them because you ain't paid your bills. You got to have a stash of cash to do large landscape projects, straight up, because you're not going to get draws. Not from the GCs. What is project management? Project manager first not only has to manage time through the scheduling process, but I must also consider these factors: budget constraints, quality standards, project plans and specifications. We've gone over that 100 million times in HOR 114 and this class. But you got to know the plans. You got to read the specs, and you got to have access to resource management, such as labor and materials, and the budgets that are associated with your materials. You may only be able to spend so much, so you got to find the best price. So who is the project manager? The construction project managers plan and coordinate construction projects to meet the overall goals of the project and serve as the main contact with the owner. You are the liaison between the construction site and the owner. Now, you may meet the owner a bunch of times on site, and you may have to meet other subcontractors on site. So you're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff, but a lot of stressful stuff. And what will those responsibilities be? Preparing budgets, reviewing shop drawings to determine appropriate construction methods. Remember, a shop drawing is like, let's say we're building a bridge, a metal bridge over a creek in somebody's backyard. Well, the steel manufacturing company may provide you with a shop drawing. The landscape architect may have designed it, but didn't do any construction details. And so the steel manufacturer actually took those plans and said, well, we can build it, and they're going to provide you with shop drawings. You're going to have to get it approved and everything, and make sure the landscape architect's happy with it and that the owner's happy with it. But that's an example of a shop drawing. Determine labor requirements and prepare the schedules. How long is it going to take to do these tasks? So project management, that's a very important process, especially within construction management and landscape management. Monitor overall progress of the project and prepare job records. Monitor compliance with building and safety codes. You're going to be the one that's in trouble. You got to make sure that you're adhering to the building code. Ensure proper handling of change orders, because if you don't, you're not going to get paid. And then regularly meet with the owners, the trade contractors, the architects, and other design professionals on project process or progress. Man, a tough job. What qualities does this manager need? Good comm skills. You need to be able to talk. You need to be able to talk very professionally using, layman terms and technical terms. You need to be able to write it, communicate via telephone, email, the whole 9 yards. You need to be honest and have integrity, positive attitude, just like the turf teacher, Eric Jones. Effective delegation skills. You need to be able to pinpoint your best employees and know what they're good at. And then you need to build your team and the morale of your company, because a lot of these construction jobs can get stressful. Who is your superintendent? It's part of your project supervisory team. Superintendent, the on-site supervisor responsible for daily operation. Coordinate project activities and serve as a liaison with subs, architects, utilities, etc. Participate in project construction development and planning. Process utility requests for the construction project. Represent the company regarding on-site construction quality control reviews. make recommendations and process the change order requests, review punch list, big ticket item there. Make sure those owners' requests at the end get done, assure construction specifications are met, and then track deviations from the project schedules and cost. That means your boss is going to be looking over your shoulder and saying, hey, why didn't we finish this job on time, or why did it cost more? The superintendent's going to be the one presenting that information. Foreman assists the superintendent with daily project operations, reviews project plans and blueprints, provides input on estimated time, material, equipment, and supplies needed, develops schedules and crew assignments, inspects the work areas, evaluates employee and subcontractor performance, completes timesheets, accident reports, and work order, and then trains all new employees. Materials expediter supervises the materials procurement process to ensure accurate and timely delivery. And you know what? I believe that is a test question. Architect and owner's representative deals with the project manager, no supervisory authority over employees. They are independent of the GC. They have nothing to do with it. May communicate with project manager in order to express concerns with the project work. Project life cycle. You've been awarded the contract. After you've successfully been offered the job, you should get a contract signed as soon as possible. The pre-construction phase, during this meeting, you should go over customer expectations. The construction phase, as the project progresses, you should carefully monitor the budget, schedule, and project quality. And then the job completion and closeout. After the job is complete, you must do a walkthrough and develop a punch list of follow-up terms. Or items, not terms. The key elements of successful project outcome: a project manager who understands the total project as a big picture, early preparation and planning, good management and frontline supervision, effective responses to problems and changes. Like I said, you got to be able to communicate clearly when these problems arise via paper, via everything. Active customer involvement, good comm skills, daily reports. Those need to include the project name and location, the date, weather conditions, personnel on the job, the description of work, hours worked on each task, change orders and progress of the job, and other relevant information. These daily reports are super crucial to the completion of the job. And you've always got record. Hey, if it rained 4 days out of 5 days, why wasn't stuff done? You've got it documented. You've got it documented, and take pictures and include that. Keep a 3-ring binder and do these daily reports daily. Status reports include the daily reports, project photographs, previous status reports, safety accident reports, change orders, shop drawings, purchase orders, receiving documentation when materials have been delivered, and relevant written correspondence about the project. So if the owner or your boss asks for the status reports, you've got all this information right there at hand in a 3-ring binder, and you can take it to any meeting. Budget and cost controls, materials, just-in-time deliveries. That's going to save you time. You're not having to pay for something that's going to sit there for 2 weeks. So when you need the trees, get it there the day of or the day before, not 2 weeks prior to planting. You don't want to have to pay for them and they sit there. You want to get them just in time, get them planted, and then you can get paid. Purchase orders. You may have to create these POs to actually get the job. And then once you receive the materials, what are you going to do with them? Are you going to store them at your shop, or are you going to have a place on site that you can actually keep the materials? And with budget tracking, you need to use the cost estimate and job cost recording system to determine cost overruns. And again, this will go back to contractor experience and these daily reports and status reports that you've had to present over, the life of a project. You're going to run into these problems again. Trust me. So if you document how you got through it, you're going to be able to conquer the next one with a little ease. Quality assurance. Ensuring that the customer sees a quality built product is one of the most important aspects of project management. You need to have accurate and detailed specifications and plans, detailed shop drawings, quality assurance program, and customer satisfaction surveys. This makes sure that your clients are happy and that they're going to be a good reference for you. Value engineering. This is a project management approach. This objective is to understand the owner's cost, quality, and time priorities to deliver the product of highest values. There may be some value engineering bonuses, which means if you are doing a good job and you're ahead of schedule, there may be some bonuses to get the project done. But do not sacrifice quality to get the job done faster to get that bonus. You don't. And there is the Society of American Value Engineering International. It's called the SAVE. This will actually, help you produce value engineering for your clients. And that concludes chapter 10. Guys, it comes directly from the NASCA Landscape Contractors Guide. And you know what? I will see you in the next lecture.